Let's spend some time talking about the characteristics of a crisis. Let's understand that crisis is complicated. There's nothing simple about it, or it wouldn't be a crisis. Crisis is complex, and it can be very difficult for people outside of the situation to understand. We also need to be aware that crisis can affect all aspects of our life, not just our personal life or our professional life where the crisis may be existing, but really it can transpire through all aspects of our life. And we also need to acknowledge that crisis is individual. We can't approach it as workers in a cookie cutter kind of way. We need to approach every single person uniquely. People don't change until it becomes uncomfortable for them not to. This really characterizes the seeds of growth and change. We need to understand that when people are in crisis, they are at a disequilibrium and they are feeling anxious. But that feeling of anxiety and that disequilibrium can really be a catalyst for change within people. And as crisis workers, we want to encourage that change and we want to support the need to change. There is no quick fixes in crisis. We live in such a fast food society and people want answers immediately. But unfortunately, in crisis, it just doesn't work that way. And we need to help people through the process. And it's the act of working through that process in which we build resiliency in people, in which we help them achieve and gain coping skills to help them deal with future crises that they may experience. Often people feel helpless and hopeless when they are submerged in a crisis situation. And our role as crisis workers is to help them discover that they have options, that they are not stuck. We also want our clients to be accountable to understand that not making a choice is actually a choice. And it typically has very negative consequences, but doing something at least promotes that seeds of growth and the opportunities for change that we were talking about earlier. Finally, we want to understand that nobody is immune from crisis. Regardless of your ethnicity, cultural background, socioeconomic status, or level of education, everybody can and will experience crisis in their lives. We also need to understand that crisis affects people differently. And although two people can get into a crash, one may walk away emotionally unscarred, and the other person may be triggered into a crisis event because of it. Crisis can be inconvenient and random and unpredictable in our lives. It can leave us feeling uncomfortable and anxious and unbalanced. It can affect all aspects of our lives, leaving us very little time to adjust to our new surroundings.